Hey, sixth graders, today's homework is about writing expressions from a word problem. Let's jump into this. Instructions for a craft project say that the length of a piece of red ribbon should be 7 inches less than the length of a piece of blue ribbon. So we're comparing two things. We're comparing red ribbon, and blue ribbons. All right, so we need to figure out how long the red ribbon is based on the length of the blue ribbon. So let's read one more time. Instructions for a craft project say that the length of a piece of red ribbon, so this is the red ribbon now, should be 7 inches less. That means the red ribbon is going to be smaller and the blue ribbon is going to be bigger. So I'm going to quickly sketch a red ribbon. I'm just going to use my highlighter. So here's a red ribbon, and the blue ribbon should be longer. Okay. And it should be 7 inches less. So if I think about what less means, that's a comparison word. And if I want it smaller, it's got to be minus instead of plus. So it's going to be minus 7. So if the blue ribbon from our table, if the blue ribbon is 10, then I'll write a 10 here next to the blue. And if the red ribbon is 7 inches less, then it's 10, take away 7, and that gets us to 3. All right, so if the blue ribbon is 10, then the red ribbon is 3. All right, for the next part in the table, it says the blue ribbon is going to be 27 this time. Oh, it's a long ribbon. So I'll change that to 27 for blue. So now it's 27, but the red ribbon is still 7 inches less. Less means minus, so that's minus 7. 27 minus 7 is 20. So we'll put a 20 here. Which brings us to the next one. We don't know exactly how long the blue ribbon is, but we do know that the red ribbon is still 7 inches less, so that minus 7 is going to go first. And then look at the pattern. In the first box, it said 10 inches for the blue ribbon, so we started with 10 minus. For the second box, it was 27 for the blue ribbon, so we started with 27 for the red ribbon. So in the third box, because it starts with X, we're going to put X first. So this says X take away 7. And we don't know what X take away 7 is, so this is our expression. All right. X take away 7 is going to represent the red ribbon. So for the very last problem, it says, what if the red ribbon is 12 long? Well, both of these, the X minus 7 and the 12, represent the red ribbon. So I'm going to say they equal each other because they both are the red ribbon. So now I'm going to write my equation, X minus 7 equals 12. I'm going to think now how I can solve for X. We've been talking about one-step equations and how we have to change the operation. So instead of X minus 7, this is going to be X equals, the opposite operation is plus, so we're going to plus 7 to our 12. X equals 19. So in this case, the blue ribbon would be 19. Does this follow the same pattern? Is 19 take away 7, 12? It is. All right. You need to try the next one. This is a really short story problem. It says Tyler has 3 times as many books as Mai. So you have to ask yourself, who has more books? Tyler has 3 times, right? So if I multiply any number by 3, it gets a lot bigger. That means Tyler has the bigger number and Mai has the smaller number. And your expression has to do with 3 times. See if you can figure out what goes in all of the open boxes for problem number 2. We'll go over it tomorrow in class. Good luck.